Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
There we are. The wrong
Welcome
button.
to Mixed Up TFT Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with?
Oberon.
Gooferon.
You caught me by surprise.
Well, I'm going to turn on my snow globe here because guess what? We're getting dumped with snow tonight.
Yeah, we are.
No fun, no fun, no fun. Rest assured, Mrs. Talent, I am sure the man will make an appearance.
He's right over here.
Well, don't encourage from that side.
That's
you know
right.
what I just realized, Mr. Oh, I didn't get his chair.
Hi, Mama T.
Over here. Hey, Mama T. Absolutely. I know I didn't get back to you when you asked if you could ask a question tonight. Of course you can. So you are on the list. We got a short list right now.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, we've had a very trying week, so if it's a short night, it's a short night.
We wouldn't mind.
Right.
Necessarily.
So for people who don't know, Mr. O's mom's funeral was yesterday. So we had a 7-hour round trip, road trip.
And then several hours there for all the visitations and the service, and then a luncheon afterwards. And it was a wonderful experience on some levels, of course. It was a very hard experience in others, but I actually got to meet for the first time, as well as Banshee, several of my great nephew and nieces. That is my two nieces' children. Well, mostly one niece's child. The other niece didn't have her children there. But I had never met them before, and one of them is like 18 or 19.
Yeah, so it was bittersweet, but a beautiful experience. And, we mused on a lot of different things. I may tweet about that tomorrow on Twitter. But
Yes, Mrs. Talent, we thought you felt familiar to us, perhaps under a different name, or we're not remembering exactly.
I know who you are. Good to see you back. Hope everything is going well with you. And guess who's here? Camera shot, Mr. O. It's everybody's favorite TFT cast member, Sunman, the Sunny. Hey, you don't... Oh, okay, there you go. Ah, extreme sunny close-up. Hey, Lena, good to see you.
Hi, Lena.
General for Finance this time. You sure can, Lena.
Alrighty, so we're going to get started, of course, in a moment with our usual announcement and our collective card reading.
Yes, and because it is still Super Tarot Love Month,
That's right.
I am using this goofy little Love Oracles, which is just basically based on love stories throughout the ages, I guess.
And I will once again be using the Final Rose Tarot, the perfectly crafted tarot for love readings, but we can have any reading with it.
Yeah, we can do any reading with it.
I've been using that all this month. Plus, I'm also using it in the Emotional Exchanges, which is my weekly outlook on romance or relationships for each sign of the zodiac. I pull a quick one card and kind of give you the gist of that. That'll be on tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Hey, and speaking of tomorrow, I don't know if we're a day late and a dollar short, but we are going to be doing our monthly modality message. And I've been in the process of revisioning the monthly modality message reading.
That's right. It's a new format.
So do join us, and you will, I saw it, do join us and you will hopefully enjoy it.
It'll be
We'll
tomorrow
see.
at some time. It'll probably be more likely towards the evening.
Yeah, there's one thing I have to work out yet, and we really truly want to give it another test before we run with it. So it's taken a little time because obviously we've had our thoughts on other things. So
Yep. But in
Right.
general, I've changed the format of my weekly shows, my Goth Tarot and the Emotional Exchanges. I've kind of adjusted them a little bit, and
I knew it was you, Kayla, because
she did.
I said it to Mr. O before we got live. I said, I bet that's Kayla. Good to see you, Kayla.
Good to see you.
All right, Mr. O.
I am here.
It doesn't matter. They're right upright. So just grab for it. Who do you got for us?
I have Rihanna.
Whoa, that might be very interesting.
So
what does it say?
The first one is...
Oh, that's on one night stands, by the way.
The badder you are, the better it is.
Next one is long-term relationships and breakups.
Sometimes you have to stick it out through the storm.
Okay. And then family and friends is the final.
You have to be strong to let yourself be weak.
So let's see what it says about Rihanna. Yeah, Rihanna had a rough road at points here, I believe, in the love department. Robin Rihanna Fenty was discovered at the age of 15 by a pair of music producers on vacation from New York. She was taken on at Def Jam Recordings and found success almost instantly with dancehall inflected Ponday Replay, and has had a slew of #1 singles ever since, including Rude Boy, We Found Love, Only Girl in the World. Her provocative protein image, her latest side venture, is a lingerie line that sold out the day it was released, has ensured her enduring status as sex symbol, fashion icon, and pop star.
Love it.
I don't know what I could add to that, but correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Rihanna the one who had some issues with some abuse in one of her relationships?
Chris Jones?
Chris somebody?
Chris,
maybe?
Not Chris Rock. Who was it?
I don't know. But at any rate, I'm not going to speculate, but so, I mean, some love stories aren't always happy ones, even if it is Valentine's month, so I like some of the advice it did give here, though. Sometimes you have to stick it out through the storm. So, and it depends what that means. That doesn't mean necessarily staying with an abuser.
Chris Brown.
Thank you.
Not Chris,
yes.
Chris Brown.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
This doesn't mean you have to stay with an abuser. What it does mean is you've got to stick to your success, while you're riding out that storm. You're doing what you're doing to, get out of that situation, but not let it affect you and where you're headed in life. You need to move forward and not let somebody like that stop you. All right.
And Lena has it right. If you feel that you can't wait or you have things going on, let Violet know your question, or if you prefer a general reading, she'll jot it down, and then when we get to you, we can just go ahead and do that, and then you can rewind the tape when it's more convenient for you to watch it. Or otherwise, you can watch us because we're just so fun to watch.
Well, maybe. Okay, hey everybody, so we have the list. We're going to get rolling, and it's a very short list tonight. Like I said, shouldn't be a problem getting to everybody in fairly good time. All right, so I think Acel was first. Let's get right to Acel's question.
Okay, sounds like a career question. Do you want to take it? Deck-wise?
What career will be the most fulfilling for me? Well, all right, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we can tell you if we can get a clue here.
And yeah, we are experiencing quite the snow and cold this evening, and probably into the next day, maybe 24 hours even-ish, or that's what they're
dropping down
about.
like 30 degrees from the day before. I mean, it was in the, it was 50 degrees yesterday, and it's going to go into the 20s tonight. So
thanks for watching Goth Tarot. I wasn't wearing your recent gift, but I'm wearing it right now, Mama T.
Yay.
I'm liking my new format. I'm liking the way the sequence of things kind of flow, so I love working with that. And of course, if you watch Goth Tarot, I had a special card at the end called My Dark Valentine.
You are a fixed sign, are you not?
Yeah.
You know something, for a fixed sign, I'm just going to warn you guys, it's like moving furniture. He's going to change up his readings more often than not.
But Scorpio is kind of a transformative, changing sign.
That is true.
I think it's the mix of that.
Okay. That's your story, and you can...
By the way, I didn't get to shuffle.
Oh, well then shuffle, and you
Probably
can cut.
because I was busy gabbing over here.
That's right. But no, I immediately cut, so it was my fault.
I was throwing you a little shade there, dear. Yeah, the snow is
Hey,
yucky.
Mr. Scorpio, just be you.
Oh, I thought it said something else.
Okay, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask.
It is better that you don't.
Wow, 70s, 60s, yep.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah, but it's going down to the 40s there today. So, yeah, just says topsy-turvy weather continues. It's crazy.
All right, here's the cut.
All right, let's see here. Ooh, Jesus. So, we start off with the Tower.
So you have the Tower.
And the Queen of Swords reversed.
Queen of Swords reversed.
The King of Cups upright. I wonder what you're going to say about this, Mr. O.
And then the King of Cups. Was that the Swords, you said?
Queen of Swords, yeah.
All right.
And the Tower. So trying to figure out... Sonny, over here. Come on. We have a place for him, and it's by my side.
You spin it right round, baby, right round.
I have toys for him. Okay, so he wants to know what career, or she wants to know what career is best. And I've got 3 cards here. The Tower, I wonder, Acel, are you out of school? Have you gone to college? Have you taken any formal training? Because this card here, I don't know why, but I'm getting the sense that you may want to consider going back.
Well, I don't know. I get a different sense that that maybe the Tower idea sort of lends this idea that maybe there's a career or a sense of a career or activity that's around crisis in some way. That maybe there's a handling of crises, so it's crisis management. It's in healthcare.
Bam. No, you know what? I didn't even think of that. That is so
Queen
right
of Cups
on.
could be, or that's the King of Cups, could be, relative
King
to the idea of its king, of, a hospital personality, a person of compassion and healing. There are healing aspects about the King of Cups. Queen of Swords reversed, though, talks about somebody maybe having to make the right decisions, but harsh decisions. Now, I don't know that I want to place this specifically to healthcare crisis, but I did see that lead there. But I think this could be about some sense of crisis or emergency focus or thing going on in this career, and that you would be dealing with important situations, trying to help people, trying to resolve things like that.
I knew that Tower was pivotal here, but I just couldn't think of how to apply it. And what he said, it suddenly just took off in my head because
you run off with my best ideas.
Well, I look at it this way, Acel. He kind of limited it down and narrowed it to healthcare, which of course, that does have emergency management, crisis management potential. But there are other places that also have that. Let's think of police and fire in a way, people who are on the front lines of emergency, paramedics. Let's look at also, 911 operators. Let's look at also businesses that, there's also businesses that have crises of various sorts, financial crises, or just a bad PR scandal, and they need somebody to come in and manage it for them. So think in terms of crisis management, Asel, in a very, very broad way, because it could encompass a lot of different types of careers.
Right, exactly. And I don't think I saw that with that, but
I see
really
these two together here.
I really don't want to limit it to healthcare, because I do believe Banshee's right. It really is about all the ways that somebody can effectively help, control, mitigate emergencies or problems. And so it could be healthcare, but it could also just be first responders in general. And I think Banshee's really onto something too, because the idea of businesses having teams, PR a little bit, whatever, related to problem solving or to emergency situations.
So the other thing is, with the Queen of Swords reversed there, Asel, I think what it's magnifying is that you're helping people out when they have a lot of indecision, uncertainty. And I think with the Queen of Swords reversed, her logical mind is gone. And so I think this is reflecting the people that you would be helping. And also the King of Cups here indicates that, the King of Cups wants to see everything smooth over, everything in balance and harmony and peace returning. But also it could be a nod to, say, mental health crisis care as well. There's suicide hotlines and things like that. Now, some of these things might be more up your alley than others, but you might want to think about that, because that Tower card really does carry that meaning of crisis emergency management. Bam!
So
let's do the Lenormand. Well, thank you, Mr. O, because really, something did not click with me there initially. But as soon as you said that, I'm looking at the other two cards and like, yes, epiphany.
Well, that's why we're a team. That's why you get 2 for the price of 1. Such a deal.
Such a steal. All right. We're using the Love Lenormand, or Cupid Lenormand, if I hadn't mentioned that again. So, got the letter here, and we have the star. And so I think this might also be saying that you will really shine by, your communication skills. Now, often this means the written word. So, maybe this could be about messaging, as I've mentioned before, like as an example, the companies that need somebody to handle a PR crisis. Oftentimes it's about the messages that they send to the community at large to make sure that get the corporate spin out there. And the thing is that, whatever the case may be, it seems like communication might be the key for you.
Yes, it could be like counseling of a sort from behind the scenes related to PR parts of their apparatus, the particular company or type of business you're in, that, they need people who can prepare press statements about, emergency situations, or work directly with people or clients affected. So I think this is what we're getting at here.
That's what we have right now. It might be, I don't know if that doesn't appeal to you, but it looks like the cards are definitely leaning this
But the letter sort of gives you the idea that you wouldn't have to be an active person in this kind of arena, that you could be working behind the scenes in terms of communicating.
Well, you know what it could also indicate to you, that should you pursue this path, the letter could maybe also be about the fact that you might need some certification, you might need some training, and so the letter might be about that training and how really with the star there, it would be a successful path for you.
You seem like a really compassionate and caring person, Asel, so, it might be something for you to consider.
All right, let's move on.
Moving on.
Okay, and by the way, this tarot was the Shadowscapes Tarot. I forgot to introduce the decks I'd be using, so I'll just do it as I go along.
Ooh, that sounds very fascinating.
Well, Mrs. Talent, let's see what you have here.
So I'm going to put up the significator of my Paul Huson's Lady Fortune Wheel of the Tarot wheel, which we will use for that.
1920s, wow. Okay.
Right, like maybe they're trying to say this is something to pay attention to. Just curious if you feel any particular resonance that might place you back there in a previous life, and or if you've ever done anything like that. And oh, by the way,
I know, I was just going to say that.
Go ahead.
We are doing a past life reading at the end of this month, a special a live stream. So stay tuned for that. The date is...
It's the last Friday, which I believe is the 25th.
The 25th. Did we have a time in mind for that?
It was probably going to be in the evening, so
Probably
it might
the
be
evening
7
of
to
Friday
9.
the 25th.
We're going to do 2 hours, right?
I think so. Past life readings take a little longer. So check that out. We will be getting out some promos on that soon. But like I said, we have been so, distracted this month.
Preoccupied.
Yes.
Yeah, I looked at our output on YouTube for the last week, and it was kind of a little smaller. We had thought, we would be doing more things for Super Tarot Love Month, but we just kind of stuck to what we needed to while we were dealing with our other situations.
Well, we have one other thing in store besides the past lives and past loves, but it'll be a video.
I hope you enjoy it if you can get there, Mrs. Talent. Very cool. They're fun to watch, even if you don't necessarily feel like it's resonating strongly. We just feel like we tap into something. We like to tell stories.
And I have added some interesting decks into the mix. All right. What are the spirits trying to say about this, Mr. O? Your deck.
I'm sure Violet will be able to redo the list, so that'll be fine. Yeah, we think it'll be 7 in the evening. It won't be before 6. It'll be in the evening.
Lena's after Kara, from what I could tell.
All right, Mrs. Talent. What would the spirit guides say about the dreams about the 20s? Okay, so we have the upright 9 of Wands, which we'll put there. We have the upright knave or page of batons, and batons are wands, basically, the energy of wands, the fire element. And then we have the upright 4 of swords.
Wow.
Well, that is interesting. I almost wonder if this is sort of the idea about you ended in that time. It's like a person lying in state. The typical meaning of the 4 of swords upright is that somebody needs to take a rest, or somebody is resting, somebody is in solitude of some sort. But because you asked about a past life, maybe your spirit guide did suggest that the message there was about rest. Like maybe there was something that was too busy, too stressful in terms of that life, and maybe spirit wanted you to understand this was not behavior that they wanted you to have. Maybe this idea, maybe you were involved in something that was real edgy for the 1920s, and if you were in America or maybe other parts of the world, the 1920s was a pretty edgy time.
I guess I have some questions, Kayla. Do you have any sense of whether you were a man or a woman in this life, number one? And also, did you have any sense of place as far as, was it in the U.S. or where you live, or was it in some other part of the world? Do you have any sense of that? That's one thing I want to know.
And to me, the knave or page suggests youth. So I'm wondering if maybe this is something where you didn't live a long lifespan. You might have died as a younger person.
I'm not going to say anything till I get those answers.
Well, that's true. It's just a feel.
The 1920s, that was a period that was fairly peaceful, right? Because World War II, World War One
in
was,
America, there were a lot of gangsters and bank robberies.
I'm just saying, though, there was no world wars.
It was after the First World War.
That ended in 1920 or when? 1917 was World War I.
17 or 18 it ended.
Okay. You were a woman and lived in a palace. Okay.
Oh.
Well, the only reason I say that is because when I saw that Nine of Wands, I thought it could be, and then the Page of Wands, I thought it could be somebody preparing for battle. So, without that in mind, I would say that, your life may have had some struggles, some definite struggles, because the Nine of Wands is about somebody who's been through a lot. And they're just like waiting. I'm just going to say it this way, but it's a little different. Waiting for the next shoe to drop.
But remember, this is like what the spirit would want Mrs. Talent to know or
I understand that.
Okay,
that's
fine then.
I understand that. And I think Spirit's trying to tell you about this life. That's why I'm saying it this way.
Okay.
That's why I took it that way. And I feel that there was... There maybe it had something to do. Maybe you were not a young person like Mr. O suggests, but I'm wondering here if there was something to do with the loss of a child or children, or an inability to conceive children. Maybe I'm getting that from here because of that.
The other thing that I would suggest is that if you mention a palace, then maybe you were in a country that was not necessarily in the World War I conflict, i.e. possibly a country where maybe there were their own little battles going on that were not approaching World War status, but maybe challenging to some degree. Because I sort of see what she's saying there about being prepared for battle, or sense of that, and that maybe if you were a person on a court, maybe you had concerns about what this engagement with opposing forces meant. And so, like I said, I could sort of see something more Eastern, more in Tibet, India, more Middle Eastern, or going towards the East countries.
I feel like there may have, if it wasn't a child, there may have been some health struggles. It may also, there's a lot of possibilities with these cards when I look at them, because that page could also indicate that maybe somebody you love, a child or a son, had to go into battle and, was killed in battle.
Mrs. Talent wonders if they might have been a queen or somebody, of some sort of royalty.
I don't necessarily, I believe...
Or they feel that because they've seen themselves.
Okay.
I think that I look like a queen.
Do you want to keep going?
No, I'm just responding to what they said.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm done, I think.
Okay, then.
I'm not totally done. I have to figure it out here because I feel the Page of Wands can indicate a lot of different things. Obviously, it could indicate a young man. It could indicate a young man or a young woman, actually. Pages are kind of fungible in that regard. Mm-hmm. And I feel, well, the cards are really, and I feel that, the court cards, and I feel that the Four of Swords is either like he initially said, that it could be somebody who is laid to rest, but it could also be somebody who's recuperating, recovering from illnesses. Excuse me. And this Nine of Wands here is a card of kind of struggles. It's somebody who has endured battles, and we can take that in a lot of different directions. So what battles with their health, battles with other people around them. It seems like they had to fight for their position or place. So if you were a queen, it wasn't, your lot in life there wasn't necessarily an easy one, I feel.
I think Spirit wants you to understand that if this life did have these kind of challenges and concerns, sending children, yours or other people's children, to fight a battle, maybe Spirit wants you to understand that now in this life, you want to mitigate that. You want to be the messenger and maybe try to portray a more peaceful life. And so maybe in this life you find you have tried to dedicate yourself to more peaceful ways, or to being remote from those kind of activities, to not participating in things that might bring you into struggle or question about where you might have to make judgments for other people or their children. Should we
So
do the
we're
letter
throwing
one?
a lot of ideas out here I need
Yeah.
to consider, and something may stick. I guess the other thing I want to say, because he went there, so yeah, what is the message from this? What's the karmic message for you in this lifetime? And I feel it might be that, you know, you know, through your struggles and hardships, maybe with health, you know, there may be struggles and hardships, and you have to remember that you matter before anything else. You matter before anything else, and you have to take care of yourself first. I think that's the best I can do on that one. This was a tough one, Cal, I have to say.
It's me.
I'm not going to let you have them.
So we're having that kind of a Thursday.
The gloves are off, Mr. O.
Ow! The smell of burning leather.
Yeah, that came to my mind, Violet Lotus. I couldn't help but see that, but like I said, this could be
I
other
think it could be a possibility,
factors.
yeah. Okay, so our first card with the Lenormand is the birds, and then our second card is the banquet. So
The bouquet.
the bouquet, I'm sorry. Well, you know, a bouquet is a banquet to me,
Okay.
because I like to eat flowers. No, I don't.
We're having a night. So I think here, what is the message? You know what? I do believe there's a reason. You said you're having these recurring dreams, right? So I feel like there is a message here that's trying to come through. This is a gift to you. You know, you're seeing something. You're getting a window on something, most definitely here. And I just think that the Lenormand is confirming that, because the bouquet is about a gift. And the birds is about connectivity and networking and messages coming through.
If you're not doing it already, you should probably try recording some of these dreams as you remember them, and see if you denote patterns.
Differences, and, you know.
When you go to sleep at night, if you're thinking that you might have the dream, try to tell your mind as you're falling off, you know, that you want to notice things like the colors of the room or any particular symbols or dates that show up. Because you're also just, if you probably know this too, Mrs. Talent, but you're also just training your mind to be more aware of lucid dreaming and how it might actually, you know, be effective in this matter. Because I think sometimes when we can lucid dream, we can kind of figure out what those messages are a little easier. So good luck with that.
Hey, and feel free to explore this further with us another time.
Sure.
Maybe I have another past life 3-card reading that I could do. I just don't have my readings with me right now, but I'll try to keep them close next time so I can refer to them. All right. Hey, take care. Good to see you. Don't be a stranger. Good to see you again.
Love and light to you.
All right, so Libra's up, and yes, there was a Sunny tail. Sunny is off here now to the side. With his pickles, or whatever they are. Come on, pick your paw up so I can show everybody. Never mind, you don't want to. Okay, Libra.
I don't remember if Libra wrote. Sometimes Libra
Yeah, I'm
will.
not sure. I'll take a look.
So I'm looking myself. In the meantime, I'll mention that Banshee show, The Material Matters, is on Sundays at 10 a.m. And that's good information for the week ahead. regarding all kinds of things, especially about financial decisions or educational prospects or things like that. So check that out. Tomorrow on Saturday, we'll have our happy hour, our one-card draw from either a tarot or oracle to provide a message from Spirit of the Divine, positive and uplifting to make your day. So do check that out.
Never any bad news at our happy hour.
And of course, if you go to our blog at tfttarotfortoday.com, you'll see various cool stories there. We also do the card of the day enhanced style there. And visit our shop. These are the final days for some sales on
our love readings.
On all of our love readings. So check that out.
All right. Oh, thank you, Kayla. You know, anytime you can make it.
All right.
We would be happy to see you here. Absolutely. And good luck with stuff.
General reading. Okay, thanks, Libra.
Okay, Libra. You bending
so
my
it's your
cards?
Deck. It's your deck.
I'm going to hurt you. Hurt the Mr. O.
Hurt.
All right.
Hi, Kelly. Thanks for dropping in tonight.
Hey, Kelly. Good to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Austin.
Austin. Hey, good to see you here.
And of course, Thursday is not a busy night, so stick around. Or if you don't think you can, and you wouldn't mind watching your reading by rewinding, to that, go ahead and leave a question. Our fabulous moderator, Violet, can note the question, and then we can go ahead and do that.
But stay for the fun.
Stay for the fun. Good evening, Austin. And Kelly, okay, so we can get to that question. We have a few people in front of you, but I think Violet can help us note the question.
Yeah, Violet will repost the list, and you will be on it.
All right. So there is the list. Thank you, Violet. We're doing a general for Libra, then Mama T, Kara, Lena, and then Kelly, and then Austin. And of course, we do Violet's reading at the end because she is never the least. Last but never the least. That's the word.
You are welcome. All right.
Thanks for joining us. All right. So this is a general reading for Libra cusp.
We start out with the Devil upright.
The Devil upright, which is known in this deck as Temptation. It's going with a little bit more of a medieval kind of flow or of some sort.
And lo and behold, in this deck we have the Page of Wands reversed.
The Page of Wands is reversed.
And the Eight of Coins upright.
And then our Eight of Coins is upright. Wow. It's kind of interesting because we sort of see like maybe feeling inhibited or feeling like, you don't have the energy to avoid, some of the things you desire. You're sort of just giving into, material matters right now of some sort. But on the other hand, you're also investing in material matters too, because you're looking at ways to increase what you can do, whether that's going to school or whether that's just trying to learn something new, or whether it's just being able to devote yourself to a work of some sort. In the middle, however, is the Princess or Page of Staves, Wands, reversed. And so this may be saying that maybe you're conflicted between these two ideas. Like maybe a part of you says, well, I want to kind of explore some options here and increase things. But maybe another part of you says, well, I sort of want to just sort of hang back and wait in a way.
I'm kind of getting a little bit of a different feel from these cards than Mr. O, but not a lot. I feel, well, maybe. I feel here that the devil is definitely maybe about obsession, struggling with just being stuck in a thought pattern, I feel. And it has to do with this page of wands. Maybe you are obsessed with some new beginnings or things, whether it's a relationship or whether it was some business or job you were hoping for. Some new beginning, Libra, that just didn't pan out. There were setbacks, and you're just obsessed over this setback. In other words, maybe you feel like you failed in some way. Maybe you feel like, you're never going to move further because of that. But that 8 of coins just says, you know what? Shake it off and just get back to work. Nothing is going to happen if you keep struggling with this. You have to move beyond it and just work through it. It's basically saying work through it, don't dwell on it, work through it.
So in a way then, what I'm seeing here is that once you can do that, and I think Banshee's more right than I am now that I think about it, this presents an opportunity, shows itself to you once you're able to kind of deal with those things, put them aside, compartmentalize them, prioritize other things, and advancement maybe will come, or just a direction will come to you. So, Lenormand.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, that one worked out pretty good.
Well, we'll see what the Lenormand tosses at us.
I mean, I don't know if you'll resonate to it like we may be.
How are those conversation hearts?
They're a little hard.
I know.
Hard on my teeth. But I'm still going to eat them.
I don't know. Maybe this does have to do with a relationship, Libra.
Really?
I'm not sure. It definitely may involve another person in some way. There's clouds here, and there is a person. It's a male figure, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Is the devil in the details?
So I don't know if you're obsessed with the loss of a relationship or a friendship or somebody close, and there's a lot of confusion surrounding where this person is really at, or where you are at with them, and maybe that's why you're kind of going through this loop here. I'm just speculating, but I feel that whatever it is you are obsessed about here and you need to work through involves another person.
I sort of see that too. I'm almost wondering if maybe the confusion is because maybe somebody that you thought there was a different kind of relationship, maybe it's really more practical, not exactly a social relationship, but maybe a different kind of relationship, more work, or maybe somebody is somehow changed positions with you. Maybe they have a different kind of relationship with you based on subordination of some sort. That doesn't really ring true to with me right now, but I'm just wondering what those possibilities could be. So,
well, it's interesting. I had something to say and I forgot because I started reading the chat. I did want to say this is the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walter, by the way. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. It was about the Lenormand, Libra. The clouds being over here in the traditional Lenormand, the light side is facing this card. So it basically means I think that you're going to get some clarity finally. The clouds are going to clear a little bit and you're going to have a little bit more understanding in this situation. And maybe it's going to help you work through the blockage here. And that's the best I can do, but I thought I'd throw that out there.
Alrighty.
Good luck with that. We're on Mama T.
Okay.
All right.
Do you think that would be more of a...
I think it could be a yes-no.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my Cat People Tarot. And we'll start there and see if we need anything else.
Well, I think we should ask if he's planning on kicking you out.
Yeah.
If he's doing all this work because he wants to kick you out, which means he could be selling the place or he could be...
trying to move in there himself.
Trying to move in himself. We'll see where it leads us. All right.
Do you want to count?
I shall.
All right. It's leaning
towards no, Mama T. This is really
We asked the question as, is your landlord trying to kick you out?
Right. And it's leaning towards no. Now, whether he is maybe trying to raise your rent, that might be another question.
And this is not to unconsider that. That doesn't mean there's a small possibility that he is thinking about that. But we had two other cards.
And we have the Nine of Wands pop up again, but this time reversed. And then, of course, there was that Ace of Wands that was in the middle, which means probably no. And then the Seven of Wands is upright. And it's interesting that you got wand cards here because it's all about business and enterprise.
Yeah.
And, of course, real estate, and owning property is a business. So I think here that this is a business thing, a decision on his part. Maybe he has given up being recalcitrant about doing the work. Maybe he wants to be reflected upon better. I wonder here if maybe he's worried about maybe some property inspections or maybe some things getting under code that he could be called on, that maybe even you could call him on and stuff like that, take him to court on. He wants to have the upper hand. He's finally trying to get things maybe more taken care of. And I feel like here he's given up his position of recalcitrance.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on this. I think he wants to have the upper hand in your agreement, your relationship, however that's defined. And with this one here, I think he has moved from a position of feeling resigned towards how things were going to feeling he has to take some sort of action of some sort, or he's at least, once again, investigating options or thinking that he doesn't have to accept that. He may not actually know what he wants to do, which is why we're getting the not likely, or at least at this time.
Yeah, that could be, but I feel that, maybe he's plotting for the future, but I'll tell you right now, he does not have any plans of moving you out.
It doesn't seem to be.
At least it doesn't seem that way. So it's not a definite no, but by the looks of the cards, I think it's leaning there pretty well.
So let's look at Lenormand and see what it might also tell us.
Don't bend my cards. Oh no.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
We got the exact same cards that Libra got for Lenormand. We got the clouds.
In the same position. I think you're going to get more clarity about what he's up to, Mama T.
Yeah, because that's him. I think clearly that's him.
Yeah, and maybe this is also reflecting something that Mr. O just said, that he's confused himself about what he needs to do. So maybe he just doesn't want his property to go, totally down the tubes because he hasn't decided what he really wants to do with it.
So that may be something that can help you for now at least, because maybe no action is imminent.
Yeah.
It may give you more time to try to find a better solution or a way out. But that's what it looks like. It looks like and it kind of clarifies what we were saying. Yeah. He isn't really, or I said it more maybe, but I think we both feel it that way. Mm-hmm. He is not exactly sure what to do. So that may play to your favor.
Hey, and that's what we have for you, Mama T. Good luck with that.
Good luck. And I know you're worried too, so we don't want anything bad to happen to you guys.
Hi, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
All right. So we have Kara.
Excuse my slurping.
Yeah, we really don't have many people after that, so this is a pretty good day. We have Nice quick night, I think.
Right. Well, we'll have Lena, Kelly, Austin, Claudia.
And Violet Lotus.
Yeah, and we're doing pretty good. It's not even 8 yet. So.
It's not
All
even
right.
8 o'clock yet.
You're welcome, Mama Teresa. Appreciate that.
Anything my guides want you to know, or your guides want you to know. Well, is it me again? Oh, yeah, it is me. So this time I will be using The True Love Tarot by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner.
Just a quick note. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. Look for our new format for the monthly modality message tomorrow. We realized that we could do a better reading if we put a little more consideration into some of this. So check it out tomorrow. It'll probably be in the evening. Actually, that's tonight, Friday night. No, it's tomorrow night, Friday. Okay.
Yes, it's tomorrow night, Friday.
Ah!
We really have been in a time warp this week, honestly. So
Yeah, don't pick on me. Please don't pick on me.
Mr. O, we all
Good night, Mama T.
will cut you some slack. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Shuffle.
I will.
Let's see what those guides have for Kara. They'll probably tell you, Kara, stop encouraging Sonny. Unless, of course, your guides are cats.
I know what's going to happen.
Okay. We have the Seven of Wands again, upright. It's funny how we're getting the same cards in the next reading, but from different decks. It's really interesting to me when that happens. But then we have the Empress reversed. Ooh. And we have the Star upright.
And I knew it. I knew a cat was going to turn up. That's a cat there, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
I knew a cat was going to turn up, Kara. That's Sunny in spirit. Okay.
All right, the
So
Seven of
what do your
Roses.
guides want you to know? Sunny will always be with you. Just tune in twice a week or 3 times a week. No.
I think your guides want you to know that sometimes when you feel nothing is happening in your life and you're going nowhere, that it's only temporary because, you have a lot going for you. You know how to stand tall. You know how to stand up above the crowd if you want to. And there is just a bright future before you. The star is indicating here real positive energy coming.
Well, I wonder, Kara, if you feel like that standing up stuff is oftentimes not exactly just for yourself. It's for something greater, a cause, other people that are important to you, other situations that you know are just right, and you're the one who needs to do that.
That's true.
But at the same time, you know that you need a little more self-care yourself, and I'm thinking your guides are saying it's great that you stand up for the underdog, that you try to do things for other people, that you're involved in social justice or progressive politics or whatever it is you find. But don't forget yourself. That's what the guide's saying, because when you take care of yourself, the sky's the limit, or the star is,
You can reach for the stars.
Shoot for the stars.
And I do think I agree with Mr. O there a little bit, because you know what? Standing up for yourself is never easy. And sometimes we feel challenged because it's like we're always struggling to, be recognized or be appreciated or, respected for who we are. And it takes work and effort sometimes, and it can be draining. So Mr. O's point about self-care is very important here because, you need to make sure you're nurturing yourself in the process of this. But as he said, the sky's the limit. The stars are the limit for you.
I'm going to share something that's very personal because it sort of feels similar in a way. I know the last week or two I've been talking about how a local paper was going to do a big story on me about the large amount of dolls I brought to a doll collection for Black Dolls Matter. And only a couple days ago I learned that the story's not going to happen. There's some varying background circumstances. They want to focus differently. And that's fine, because it really should be when I think about it. It's too long for me to go in now. But that's a sense of that too, is that sometimes, just take care of yourself. Don't worry about what others are doing necessarily.
Keep on.
Keep on.
Keep on standing tall. And it's really ironic to me too, because months before that, I had an opportunity and was interviewed by somebody too for a news article that I thought was going to be a big deal. And it turned out that I got only 1 or 2 sentences and not in the story that I expected it to be in. And they misquoted me. So it was like, so we both had these issues and we just, we shrugged them off. I mean, what are you going to do? That's life. There'll be other opportunities.
Right. I think what I was trying to say was sometimes only you or only those who are closest to you can understand that, can understand what you've done, that was selfless, and, how you need to be rewarded, even if you only can reward yourself. It's okay. What you got?
Well,
thanks, Lena.
I'm just trying to figure out how it fits. So we have the coffin and those birds.
Well, I'm wondering if it's saying that you're going to hear about something that is ending, that maybe is sort of passing trouble in a way, maybe some news, and maybe it's about something here, like maybe a cause or a project that you realize was important but was really draining you, or was really not going to come out the way you wanted. It's not about quitting it, but it's about really seeing that there was no value in trying to go on, that maybe now the news is saying, it's better to let it end, possibly to, find new energy and work somewhere else.
Well, I wonder here, I'm just going to throw this out there, Kara, if there is something in like social media land, or with, messages from, like little chatter or gossip from other people, that you are associated with, whether it's in social media or, in your interpersonal relationships. Some of this gossip or bad vibes is now coming to an end. So this puts a little bit of a different, not total different spin on the other cards to me, but let's see if we can fit it together here. So if you feel you've had to stand your ground and stand up for yourself against some kind of chatter or talk or gossip, you may have found it very, very draining, but you know what? You will be able to rise above that. The stars give a lot of hope in that regard.
I think you've got it.
That's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that.
All right. Thank you, Kara.
Lena, all right.
And that was about finance.
Yep, finance.
Okay, I'm going to move to the Tarot of the Cat people. Okay, so I don't think we'll do this as a yes or no, but we'll try to see if we can feel that hopeful purchase you want there.
Welcome, Kara.
And you're very welcome always. We are doing your reading now, Lena.
I'm going to open the garage door and see what the snow looks like when we're done with the show.
Ah, that
It
would
was
be
supposed
pretty.
to be snowing hot and heavy tonight, so I definitely want to check it out.
You know, originally we thought we were going to get this coming back from the other side of the state yesterday, and we dreaded that. So somehow, wink, wink, it seemed to not happen yesterday.
Nope. All right. Okay, general for finance for Lena.
All right. So, Lena, you have the first card of the Six of Swords reversed, followed by a Three of Cups reversed. And then the Emperor upright. So, in terms of, financially being, organized and or equipped or ready or finding opportunity in getting a flat in the coming weeks, do we see it happening? Well, it's possible that it might be something you had already considered, or you might have to go back to a previous plan, either as far as that or maybe not having that. It may be that there's something that's just not suiting you with this situation. You would appear to mostly be in control, though. So maybe saying you have time to maybe plan or wait until the market or the situation gets better. It may just be that you're not really seeing opportunities ahead of you at this time for that.
Hi, Divine. Well, the Six of Swords, it's a funny thing, Lena. When it's reversed, it kind of means that nothing is moving right now. Sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing if conditions are good, but it looks to me as though if you were trying to work out a deal or some kind of a money-making opportunity or maybe some kind of financial transactions with other people, it seems like that has fallen through right now, that there seemed to be no agreement to be reached. So the Emperor here is saying to regain control. Just stay in control of matters and be on top of it, and maybe look for other avenues now to if you're having somebody help you with this, with this arrangement, have them maybe look in another direction now, because this apparently, whatever this was, is not working.
Yeah, it may just be that if you're working with a realtor or somebody who is managing the situation, you might want to change them, or you might want to ask them more specific questions about how they're finding this for you or how they're helping you with it. It just looks that right now it's mostly about you getting control of it. Maybe the opportunities will change if you have better control in some way. So
we're not too late, Divine You. We have plenty of room for you today. There's only 3 people besides Lena in front of you. Well, yeah, and then Violet Lotus is after you.
You're fine. So we're doing the Lenormand, and I have the Bouquet, which is not a banquet.
It's another card we had recently. But
And
with the child. Okay, so I would say here that some small step forward may now occur, Lena. It's not going to be anything big, but there may be there may be some movement now with your financial affairs or your material affairs that will prove beneficial, because the Bouquet is here. Oh gosh, those two didn't work very well, did they? There you go. The Bouquet is here, and that basically means that there's going to be a small amount of joy and happiness or a feeling of success in your material affairs after, whatever the air clears with this, I feel. Once you regain control and you decide to move beyond whatever it is that's kind of stuck here, there will be, and take it slow. There is gain in taking slow movements right now.
Well, my feeling is that it could also just be a small gift or a small movement towards a gift that is basically what you're wanting to see. Something that just kind of, comes to your attention that creates the perfect opportunity, either in buying a new flat or working with somebody new who will help you with that.
Uh-oh, where is he? There he is.
Aw, he's almost asleep.
I know.
We like him when he's sleepy.
Just get a quick sunny shot in there.
So that's what we had, Lena.
That's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that.
Good luck. And that means Kelly C. Webb is up.
Kelly,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, you posted a question, I believe.
I don't remember.
I'll find it. No, I know they did.
Oh, how will it be meeting Kevin in California?
Yep. Thank you, Violet.
Alrighty. Thank you, Violet. So let's go ahead and do that.
Kevin in California. Let's see what we get. All right. I'll be using for this one a simple deck called The Lover's Tarot by Jane Lyle.
You're welcome, Lena. And we are back on Sunday afternoons from 2 to 4 p.m. So check us out there if you weren't able to come today or whatever. You just want to come back.
If they came today, they'd be hearing that message.
Well, there is that. But maybe we're all attuned now, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Let's see what we can do for Kelly.
And we're using the Shadowscape?
Nope.
No, what is it?
It's Jane Lyle, The Lover's Tarot.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. The Lover's Tarot.
Very old deck and very simple. Has a nice major arcana, but then the minor arcana are just pip cards. Very classical tarot images. I'm not sure, but it might have been one of the first tarot decks that came out that was based on love theme. Anyway.
How will it be meeting Kevin in California? First card is the Star, and it's reversed. Second card is the Emperor, also reversed. But then we do have Temperance upright.
We have 3 major arcana cards.
Yeah.
So I will say this, Kelly, this meeting is important. This meeting is, has some very karmic implications to it. It's a big deal. So, but 2 of the cards are reversed. So let's talk about them. The Star is reversed here, which indicates to me that you have some worries, you have some doubts. You're probably very nervous about this reading for some, or this meeting for some reason or another. The Emperor reversed here indicates maybe you worry about being in control in some ways of yourself in this meeting and in this situation, that you keep a balance and control. And I think these two kind of fit together here with Temperance. Temperance is saying, but Temperance might actually be saying that this meeting might be a little bit more stable and comfortable than you think.
Well, I don't know if this is what you think or worry about, or if this is what the actual factors are. The Emperor reverse to me more or less suggests that there's a sense of autonomy at question here. It may be that there's a decision pending, that you are concerned with about, how you go, how you control certain things. The Star may, of course, indicate that you don't have a lot of faith or belief in a good outcome, but Temperance indicates that maybe the reality is that there is more grounding forces at work here. I'm just wondering if this is related to anything to do with relationships breaking or making, or relationships with custody issues and maybe decisions about custodies or ownership things. Maybe it's about who has control of something related to such a relationship or situation. I'm sensing that a little. I'm
kind of feeling what comes out of this meeting, though, is kind of a meeting of the minds here. There is harmony, there is balance, and there is some stability here. Even though it looks as though, like I said, I get the feeling you may have either a lack of confidence here, or somebody does. Maybe it's Kevin. I mean, I'm not going to rule out that it's not, if you don't feel it's you, that it's the other party.
Right, these could all apply to him.
Yeah, I mean, they could.
Theoretically.
So it's either you or Kevin, and there's some pessimism or doubts or just a lack of confidence going forward. But Temperance says, chill. That maybe things aren't as out of, whack as they may, or you don't have to be as nervous as you feel, because things will balance out. There is harmony.
So let's do the Lenormand then.
Okay. Wow. Hey, I don't know if this is romantic or not, because it can apply either way here. But look at this. We have the ring as the first card, if Mr. O can grab it from me. Thank you. And then we have the ship. It sounds like you're traveling to California, I think, for this meeting. So the ship is definitely about movement or travel, and the ring is a commitment. So the ring could be a romantic commitment. The ring could be a job commitment. The ring could be a contract being signed if it's about a contract for something. But it's definitely about travel and making a commitment of some sort.
Well, like I mentioned, if there was anything about relationships involved, some of those aspects could be ownership of things, custody of things like that. So in a sense, this may be saying that maybe this would work out favorably because commitments or agreements are being made one way or the other over whatever these autonomy issues are or these issues are. So I think
a little bit of different perspective from the both of us. That's what we have for you. I hope it gives you something to think about, and I hope you come back and see us sometime. Thank you for stopping in. All right.
And who's next?
Austin.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, Sonny is so laid back here. Seriously.
So, Austin, hope you're still with us.
Probably typing. Give Austin
Probably
a minute.
Typing.
Oh, what else did we have on our plate this month?
Any more surprises with Super Tarot Love Month as far as either of our other shows go?
No.
No, I don't think so
No,
either.
it's hard for me to equate love and money, the Material Matters show.
There will be more Valentine verses next Monday.
There will
more
be
poetry.
on our Twitter and Facebook pages. So
Aren't we supposed to do a little ceremony that we haven't done yet?
I did. Did I mention it? I did not. I did say there was something special by the end of the month.
Okay.
So there will be a video, and I did say it was a video, Mr. O. I alluded to it.
All right.
So we will say no more.
And we haven't seen Austin, so I don't know. We'll give him another moment or so.
Yep, we'll give Austin just a second more. And if Austin's not here, we will move on, and we can always fit Austin in if they come back.
That's right. So, Claudia, if you're here, you might as well get ready to type your question. Yes.
Yeah, Claudia, go ahead and type your question. We'll fit Austin in.
Hi, Chris.
Christopher Ottolini. Holy moly. Good to see you.
Here's a friend of ours, Christopher. Well, more than a friend, actually. Thank you so much for checking on me this last week. It has been really rough. The funeral was yesterday. We've been mentioning it during our show. And, you know, I don't want to disparage anything that happened, you know, but it's a different kind of mindset over there on the other side of the state. But it was so good for me to be with my family, and I was actually more of the rock. Everybody else was losing. I thought I was going to really lose it, you know, emotional Scorpio, my sister, my brother, my nieces, you know, even my nephews.
And me, we all lost it. And Mr. O has been losing it, rest assured. He just was there for his family and being the stoic one, but Mr. O has been grieving.
Do you want to have a reading, Taliesin?
Or you can just watch.
Or you can just watch.
So either way.
Say hi to one of my favorite people in the world for me. You know who I'm talking about.
All right. So, Austin, we're going to put on hold. Claudia, are you with us?
You might get really bumped up if you want.
Yeah, we might totally bump to Violet Lotus at this point. No, I know Divine U's still here, so we will check on that.
So, yeah, I don't think you've been here before, but a couple other people have dropped in on occasion. So it's nice to have you. Thank you for saying hi, and really appreciate your support. And I hope everything's fine for you, too. I know you, too, lost a parent recently, a couple months ago, and I know, you know, the circumstances around that were kind of hard to deal with, too. So our hearts go out to you as well, Christopher.
Okay, so Violet Lotus is our volunteer moderator.
Yes. And I'm sorry to hear that, Divine Universe.
U, I'm so sorry. Boy, this has been a rough month for a lot of people.
Yeah, there's other people I know too who've been having some passings in their family.
I think Claudia must not be here either. I've called a couple times now. Austin, Claudia, last call, and then we'll move on to Divine U.
Yeah, I think we're gonna ask Divine to go ahead and type their question.
It's a typical Thursday here. So it's slower on Thursday nights, which we don't mind. And this week, like I said, we had a rough week. So if we end a little early, that'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow's another day. I do have my emotional exchanges in the morning, but that's already been recorded. It's in the can. I might go into work tomorrow to make up some time. I don't know.
We'll check that snow total out there.
Not with the slippy, slidey weather that we have out there. I'm not so sure about that. But I have another errand to do, and I don't know if I can put it off till Saturday, but I'll just have to see how that goes.
Okay, let's move on to Divine U.
I know, I heard about I remember you talking about that, Christopher, and it did seem really bad, you know.
You know, waiting a week for the funeral up
10
north.
10 days, actually.
10 was difficult.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
She died the 7th, and her funeral was yesterday, the 16th, so it was, you know,
so it's really hard when you don't have that closure. My sympathies to you. Yeah, because it was tough. Yeah.
I know, I thought a lot about that, and I thought about how you just didn't have a chance to go there and how hard that had to have been.
Okay, we're waiting on Divine's question.
There we are. Okay. Your deck?
Is it?
No, it's mine, isn't it?
I think it is yours.
So I'm going to use my Husson's Dame Fortune Wheel Tarot.
Okay.
There's my significator. Whoops. Okay, Divine. How will you perform under this new team?
Did you just do something there with the computer?
I switched camera screens.
Oh, okay. Because it kind of bumps funny here. All right. I'm cool.
I'm not sure if Christopher wants a reading or not. He's probably just about as good as me on tarot.
So, well, now, no worries.
No worries, right. And this is our schedule for those who need to know. We will be back on Sunday at 2 p.m. We're also
These are our live stream schedules. Plus,
we're here
what
for happy
other
hour.
live show do we have? Oh, There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Okay, Divine, let's see how that meeting will go. What will happen? So, okay, the Knight of Wands night is movement.
Absolutely.
And it's moving towards, something that looks favorable. Then we have the Nine of Cups reversed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Speak too soon, do we?
And then we have the Seven of Coins reversed. That's actually okay.
Wait a minute. Yes, it is actually okay. So how is it going to go? Is that it? How will you perform under this new team? I think you will perform well. You're going to definitely be doing your utmost there, but you're going to, I don't know if it's just you, Divine You.
A sense of dissatisfaction.
There's a sense of dissatisfaction, and I don't know if you're just being critical on yourself and your own abilities there, or if it's about just being dissatisfied with the role and maybe you will want to seek something else eventually.
Which could be indicated by that night, because it could just mean, still more movement. Though I don't know necessarily it means that.
It's meet and greet with the team, and we add one. I feel this night is really about moving on the team. I feel this is positive forward movement for you. I really do. But that Nine of Cups indicates that either something there is not exactly something that you're completely happy with, or, again, maybe it's you over-critical of yourself and your own abilities to manifest what you desire there. Maybe you're worried about how you're going to fit in with this team, but right here, that Seven of Coins indicates to me you're just going to get right to it. You're just going to fit right in and get to work.
Well,
go ahead.
I also think this card applies to what you just said about the new VP, real hands-on. I'm thinking, this is a guy that doesn't stand back and watch others work. This is a guy who wants to get involved. And, of course, that is definitely going to rub off on you, I think.
It just looks pretty good overall. And I just feel like, any move has changes. Many of them, in the best case scenario, we're perfectly happy. But oftentimes there's something there that either will cause some dissatisfaction, or the fact that, again, you're entering a new team, working with new people. There'll be new people on this team, and it's just a matter of feeling comfortable there, and that you are up to, that you fit in and you are up to their expectations.
So now I'm pulling the Lenormand for you, Divine Universe, and the first card is the Snake. Naturally, something always has to pop up. And then the next card is Mars.
Man again. No. Why is a man coming up so much here?
It's a man, baby.
All right. So maybe this dissatisfaction stems from something you feel you weren't told about in advance. Maybe something that it might give you the feeling that you were deceived in some way.
Yes, you have a distrust factor here. It may be actually pinned towards that VP.
Or it could be somebody else on the team that maybe you're feeling a little bit shaky or distrustful about. I could say that maybe that's where some of the dissatisfaction comes from.
You mean for you, like in a previous reading. We've had Mars once or twice. Yeah, I think I remember that, Divine. I think I do remember that.
Really?
And I don't remember exactly what that was in context to, how we explain that. In this context, it could be saying this is your own feelings, I think, that you're intuitive to the sense that you feel this. So it could have some legs.
I think it could have some legs, and I'm not sure it's the VP, because you really like that VP. You seem to be clicking, but anything goes today. You never know who to trust anymore. I'm almost feeling it's somebody on the team.
I like that point, Christopher. That probably applies in some ways, but this is the Lenormand, so they sort of have a little bit kind of a fixed sense of a fortune-telling thing going on.
Yeah, well, this is more of like a fortune-telling style deck, the Lenormand. Snakes in the Lenormand are not exactly transformational in that way. They're more they're more snaky.
But who says that
in the negative sense?
Who says transformation has to always be about good? Transformation could be finding out that something was duplicitous too. So it really kind of works either way in a way.
And this is our Cupid Lenormand as well. For our Super Tarot Love Month, we brought out except for that, we brought out all the love decks.
Hi, Captain of a Starship.
Hello there. All right.
Thank you, Violet.
Yeah, it has that sense about it. But I mean, you're just meeting these people, so I feel that you may find that somebody there just rubs you the wrong way, and you're kind of, it just may be a matter of being more on guard, with that person until you at least get to know them better.
Well, my feeling was it could be the VP, but I think Banshee's right. It's possibly too early for us to tell exactly. It could just be somebody else connected to this new team.
You'll have to let us know how it goes, Divine. I'll be curious to see. Good luck with that.
Good luck. All right, Christopher, I guess if you're here for a reading, this is your chance to ask us a question. Keep it family friendly. No, I'm kidding.
It's a family show.
So, Christopher, you're not always here all the time, so I'll show you, so I'll show you that we have a new format for our astrology reading, the monthly modality.
Oh, Captain of a Starship, we're okay with that. We are.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just...
I have statues of Jesus, Virgin Mary all over this house.
Yeah, check out our YouTube channel. We have some things there in the Soul Stories. There's Banshee's communication with the picture of Jesus she inherited. So we're tend to be more pantheist, if we had to be honest. We sort of believe in all divinity and how it shows us, and there are lessons everywhere to be learned. Christopher, are you giving us a question? It's okay if you don't. It was nice to see you, and I really appreciate all your checking in. You checked in on me several times this week, and I haven't been able to connect with you on the phone.
We've been so busy. We really have, and it's just been a draining week overall, so we will do a weekend. New job and a new project in March, and back to phones.
Okay, well, why don't we do a mini reading about your new project? Let's do that. What do you say?
Depends how you want to do it, Mr. Earl. New job and on new project till in March and back to phones. Which
just
could
the general.
So you want to see if you could stay on the special. Let's just see what they say about the new job and the special
You're
project.
welcome, Divine.
We'll see when we get there. You are very welcome, Divine. You.
So we are asking if Christopher will be able to stay on the new project that he seems to enjoy. And we'll do this as a straight up yes or no. And then throw some Lenormand there. Yes, I realize that because I'm keeping up with you on Facebook that you are working from home. So I hope that works out for you. I'm so glad that I only have to leave the house and go just a few miles away. It's literally
he's so lucky.
Under 10 minutes to get to work. It's just like about 2 or 3 miles down the road. Divine, thank you so much. You are truly a lovely person yourself.
Aww. You're very welcome, Divine. You
do it.
I don't care.
She's got the best way of counting the cards.
Oh, we doing a yes?
Yes, we are. Whether he will get to stay in the project.
Oh, okay. That's the way we were doing it. I did ask. Okay.
Yeah, we have 3 cats ourselves.
You want to point Sonny out?
He's the one who always sits on the table during our live stream. Sometimes he knocks over the cameras and other fun things. He provides a lot of fun for one of our friends, Kara, who I think is still out there.
Well,
we did the 3 aces spread where we look for 3 aces in a total of no more than 39 cards, counting them off until we find the aces.
Okay, so it's leaning towards yes. Now, how did we word that? That was if he would stay on?
Would he be able to stay in the project?
Well, it's not a definite yes, so let's talk about this. There's the Ace of Cups upright, reversed, and there's the Ace of Wands upright, and these are just indicating yes or no. We look for the aces.
Leaning towards yes, though.
Then the decider card here of Swords, that gives us a little more info, is the Four of Swords reversed.
How interesting.
So it is interesting in that it seems as though, I don't know, it's really interesting. There's some move being made here. There is a move related to this. Then back to phones, which could stay on the special project.
So it's leaning towards yes, and it probably just really expands your movement again. So like maybe it may lead to something else, more activity of some sort, either within that company or that project or that project's confines.
Is it possible you might be moved to another special project is one of my questions. Maybe. Because that is about movement. It said probably yes, because otherwise if I saw that card I would think, oh, they're moving you back. But I get the feeling that this might be something new, or that in fact you might be able to stay on this project a little longer than planned.
Okay, so now I'm going to throw the Lenormand cards, the non-tarot oracle. Whoops, all over the place. And we use that to kind of give us an additional texture or insight into the tarot reading. What's that?
Nothing.
So we have the Child.
Okay.
And then we have the Mice.
Well, it's a little bit problematic here, Christopher. So I feel that there may be some small stresses or struggles here, with whatever is happening here with this move, or the special project, or if they want to move you somewhere else. It may cause a little bit of stress, but I want to emphasize little here, because the mice usually are about petty annoyances, disturbances,
tiny irritations,
little thefts or things missing. It can also be about sickness or health issues. And the child can also be about small things that are small. It can be a child, depending on the cards next to it, or it can be about small steps forward, small beginnings, something new but very small. So this might be saying that maybe you're going to have to undergo there's another way I could look at this. You could undergo a period of stress before moving on to something else, before you can move forward. And whatever that stress is about and that strain, whether it's going back to the phones for a time maybe or something, it's going to be of short duration.
Indeed. Hi, Deepak.
Deepak has come back. Hey there.
All right. Thank you. I agree with Banshee for the most part. I sort of see that maybe as this thing is working out for you to possibly stay with this new project or to be assigned to another new project you would equally like, some of that also really, to me, talks about mental worries more than actual physical problems.
That's true, too.
This may be saying that, as you move towards this, you worry about, whether that possibility will bear fruit. But you probably shouldn't. The child sort of indicates that maybe it isn't easy go getting there, even if, you do have some worries about it. Hey.
Well, I hope something works out for you, because I definitely think some movement is going to occur.
It
Hopefully,
really does.
It'll go the way you want it to go.
You are our dear friend. Thank you.
Our new dear friend.
Our new dear friend.
Our new do friend?
Our new foo-foo friend. Mr. O is overcome with emotion. For a lot of reasons.
Thanks for stopping in again, Christopher.
Thanks, Christopher.
It's good to hear from you. See you, an old friend, on the show. All right, so we got Divine You done, we got Christopher done, and we are on. Hey, Deepak, are you here for a reading? You are up right now, if so. And then Violet Lotus. Did Austin or Claudia come back?
Good luck, Christopher.
Okay, that is awesome.
All right, cool.
Hey, Violet
We appreciate
Lotus.
you checking it out.
Since nobody else has chimed... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Captain of a starship, are you here for a reading, or are you just listening? I was going to ask that, but let's look at
Sure.
Violet Lotus's question. Weird dreams, saw
Reds
teal
and
kitten.
blues.
Teal kitten is blue, yeah, with blue eyes. Looked out of a window of a house and saw red strawberries, red bell peppers. Wow. Hey, fellow Aries, it sounds pretty fiery to me.
Right, it's spicy and fiery.
Woo! All right. Well, red bell peppers aren't spicy, are they? No.
I guess not.
No. But they're red.
They're sweet and peppery.
All right, is it mud deck? All right. I'm not sure what that's.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
All right.
Sonny must have heard the question. He's sort of looking around like, I'm a little confused here, but I think I heard something. Wake up, Sunman. Say hello to Christopher and everyone else. He went back to sleep.
All right.
He went back to sleep.
Boy, they just don't make these cards like they used to. One of them's already getting a little. Here, shuffle.
I will.
These.
So who knew that nearly 2 hours could fly by so fast? It's nearly 2 hours.
Honestly, we almost did it.
And we're just about done. We're finishing with Violet for now, at least. Somebody may show up. Who knows? Did I miss the cards up? No, I didn't. Good. Okay. We saw our old friend Christopher today. Thank you so much
Yeah, and
for
two
dropping
people
in.
just didn't stay, and it's too bad. They could have gotten in pretty easily today.
Sometimes
But
people
sometimes
just drop
they
in to
just
say
stop in
hi.
to say hi.
Airplane ears. Aw. Yes, hi, Angel.
Hey. Of course, we're still here.
Okay, Christopher, have sweet dreams.
Take care, Christopher.
In time to see Kitty.
Holy moly, Violet Lotus. What the heck? I'm not sure where to begin. We've got the Tower reversed. Oh, hey, Sile. Hi to you. Good to see you here.
Oh, hello.
We have the Nine of Cups reversed. And
We
another...
love you too, thank you. Appreciate it.
And another... Hey, love you too, Sile. And another 9 reversed. The Nine of Swords. Okay, well, the Nine of Swords reversed actually is the best one here. I mean, when I think about it.
Two nines, right? Yeah,
So,
2 nines.
in retrospect, your dreams don't sound very ominous, but remember, red can be the color of, aggression or, some heavy energy. The tower reversed indicates maybe some lesson that needs to be learned, some lesson that's not been, maybe this is coming up for a reason that there's some lesson you have to take in. And it has to do with, I feel it has to do with your inability to achieve something you truly desire right now. Maybe, this dream is about, the fact that maybe you want something really, really badly, but you just are struggling to get there. And it may be because there is still something that has to be taken in before you can achieve that goal, that step. And I just want to add that perhaps it's rattled you a bit, but I think your dreams are trying to tell you that, regardless. Victoria! Good to see you. Regardless of how regardless of where you're at with this, don't let your fears overwhelm you. Because pretty much they're unfounded. You will get through this. I think it's pretty clear. But there is something going on here. I'm going to let Mr. Ost see what he has to say.
Oh, I finally can.
I am.
And I'm sure I forgot what I wanted to say, but I'll try anyway. I feel that the spirit may be saying, the spirits, the guides may be saying, they're wondering if you are understanding a lesson or if you're going to not understand that there is a lesson in something here that they want you to notice. It could be that you are perceiving that, because I think that's what you're indicating. The idea that maybe not everything in your life can be a wish fulfilled, that maybe there is some hard work for you to do in this challenge of being a medium, that you are taking on other people's hardships by taking on this process. So they want to make sure you understand that to some degree, that this is not necessarily going to be, strawberries.
Well,
it's maybe more going to be like the peppers, a little bit, not as sweet. Though some red bell peppers are sweet, but I digress. So then with the Nine of Swords reversed, though, I think Spirit is also saying, too, that really the challenge is more about facing up to the fact that you'll be dealing with a lot of people's sadness, people who've lost somebody, maybe somebody's distant from them because they're in the other world. And you will be looked at as that person who really has to bear some of that for them. Spirit wants to make sure you understand these things will weigh heavy on you, and that you may at times find you challenge yourself about whether you are doing the right thing, because there will be, to some degree, an emotional toll here.
The Nine of Cups is about satisfaction delayed or not yet achieved. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen, but, it's not there yet. And I really feel that Tower reversed is the key for that. And that the Nine of Swords is just saying, don't get caught up in a cycle of fear over this. You will get there. You will get there in time.
2 9, so it's sort of like saying that maybe this presents multiple challenges, 2 challenges at least on this process of recycling. Like there are 2 different aspects you'll have to take in. 1, the burden of what you're taking on, and 2, the sense of that you may have to live with a differing set of happiness based on that. Well, when you mix blue and teal, I don't know, maybe, or certainly when you mix blue and red.
Wow, well, this is even weirder.
So the fish in the Lenormand. And then the key. Oh, the key. What is the key?
Well, the key is the fish. There you have it. The key is fish. Give the cat in the dream some fish. No.
Well, maybe the saying, though, that the fish talks about some to some degree, material success and things like that, right? And so this is saying is that to some degree, you may have to really separate yourself from some of the emotional things here and think of this as the business you're trying to do. Really look at it that way. This is not to say you're being too mercenary or monetary, but it's really about also Spirit is saying, protect yourself emotionally. I think that's really what that lesson is that as you take on these duties and responsibilities, the key is to focus on the success you want to bring and not let anything else weigh on you necessarily.
I like that. I could also go with the fact that the fish are swimming in the big sea, and it's often hard for fish to swim against the tide. And maybe it is saying here to go with the flow of things. Don't get caught up, like I said, in a cycle of fear, or don't get caught up in the cycle of disappointment at a lack of being where you need to be. Just move with the flow right now and take in the lessons you need to take in, and everything will start falling into place. I
really like this one for you, Violet. I hope you liked it too. I hope it resonated.
It was a tough one. I can't believe we got all those reversals, because to me your dream does not sound negative, but maybe there's a message there that I'm just
right,
not
and I don't know how we specifically address it other than the fact that it does talk about the sweet sensibilities and then maybe the duller ones, the pepper, the strawberries, that kind of thing. The contrast in this, the blue, the red, those are primary contrasting colors. Hope you liked it. So I think, I know, I'm just feeling like, Angel is next, and then I guess, oh, they were just here. Who? I forgot.
Angel,
Victoria!
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Angel Rivera, want a reading?
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You made it in the nick of time.
Yeah, you did. Both of you. Fishy Key. I like that, Deepak. You're a lot of fun on our show.
The key is to eat more fish.
You are a lot of fun on our show.
Fish is healthy.
Okay, a read for the next week. So that should be your deck. Oh, wait, it was your deck.
It was indeed.
So it'll be my deck. I'm going to use Tarot of the Cat People. And then Banshee's deck will follow up for Victoria.
Yes.
Cut it close. You did. If you mean about getting in here.
You made it. We'd always stay a little
We would always do a reading for you, of course.
For our friends. Boy, this has been a crazy night. We had somebody from our past resurface from our TFT video, our live stream past, and then we had a friend from our regular life.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting.
Deja cuckoo. A good kind of cuckoo.
No, it's good. It's all good. And then we had two people leave, and it was such a short night they could have gotten in quicker.
Ah, okay. Chill for a minute. We'll be with you in a minute. You can think about your question if you have one. All right.
Okay, let's see here. The week ahead for Mr. Rivera. Ooh, that Seven of Pentacles has come up, and it's up right this time. And then we have the King of Cups reversed.
Oh, he's appeared before today, too.
And interestingly enough, we have the Eight of Cups reversed.
Oh. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can. Because I talk so long. You may go ahead.
Well, I think for the week ahead, you find yourself in a position of taking the lead in certain respects. It may be that some of this is covering for somebody emotionally in a certain way, like maybe you're taking the lead because somebody else is not really the best person. Maybe they're having some, I'm going to say, ability to relate to the process of the question or the situation. So I'm thinking, of course, it applies maybe to your work matters. It could apply to your personal matters. The Eight of Cups suggests that maybe somebody wants to sort of stay there which kind of combines with that 7. They're holding their ground. Maybe somebody feels there's an emotional situation that they don't totally have the answer to, that reverse king, and so maybe they're not willing to move forward if there's emotional considerations or changes that need to happen in this environment or context.
It's an interesting combination here, Angel. I feel funny about some of this. The 7 of Pentacles, of course, is kind of a wait and see kind of card, you know. It's kind of like stepping back and reassessing things.
That's right. I had that wrong. I was actually interpreting a different card. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's all right.
I had to say that.
So the 7 of Pentacles is indicating that there's somebody is taking steps back. And the 8 of Cups indicates that maybe it has to do with a reconsideration of direction. I feel like this is related possibly to work. And I'm only saying that because of the Pentacle card here. You've got 2 cups here, but this one to me smacks of it being work related. And the reason I'm saying that is because I feel here there may be some reinstating of some old policies that maybe will be upsetting to some people. It's like they don't want to turn the clock back just yet. And this is not necessarily the case, but I'll give the example of what's going on right now with, let's say, the mask mandates with COVID. You know, a lot of schools and that are now saying no more masks are needed in class, and some people are ready for that and some are not. So I'm just giving you that as an example. I'm just wondering, it could be COVID policies. It could be other policies related to the workplace. And this is going to be disappointing to some people. Some people wish in a way that we weren't going back to that and that this should be given more thought before it's implemented.
I think I like that better. I think that I was thinking of that as a different card, the 7 of Wands, I imagine. With it being the 7 of Cups, it actually doesn't change it a whole lot in my overall context, that there is this idea that you can't move ahead with certain things that affect people emotionally a lot, which of course would be a situation like the mask mandate or changing that. It may not be that, of course, as we're saying here, that it just may be seen there are things going on that are kind of causing a pause in creating direction or movement.
It could be relating to something else. It could be curricular. It could be related to different library practices. I don't know, but I just use that as an example. And I know what you're saying about the city, and your place is holding firm. The city of Detroit, you know, Wayne County, which Detroit is in, they're removing their mask mandates for schools, but the city of Detroit decided to keep theirs on, their school system, because of the low vaccination rate in the city. So, I mean, see, there's all this stuff going on right now in confusion.
Yeah, I think I sort of likened some of that in that last comment.
But this is interesting.
So your first card was the Sun in our Lenormand, and then followed by the Tower.
So I almost feel like institutionally, regardless of people's feelings on the matter, that things are going to work out okay. That things are going to work out in the end. There's nobody that's a greater doubter of us on certain things changing that need to, especially when it affects the current climate with the pandemic and everything that's restricted that isn't even related necessarily to the pandemic. So This is really kind of talking about that idea that things are going to work out. So that's the institution and that success. It could also indicate that really maybe this is the enlightened, whatever decision is reached here, whatever this is about, it's an enlightened path. It will lead to something better. It just doesn't seem like it. And people just don't like change. Whether it's change to new things, or whether after doing things a different way, people change back again. There's nobody likes change.
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
So that's what we have for you, Angel. Good luck with that.
And that means Victoria is our next.
And Victoria had a question.
And we have the question. It's so nice to see you, Victoria. Thank you for coming tonight.
So when is catch and keep? Well, we shall see.
Your deck.
It's a certainty, just like death and taxes. Angel.
You're welcome, Angel.
All right, well, let's use the Lover's Path Tarot then, eh?
That's fine. We're probably good for a few moments at least. Can't wait to see you come back, though. So we can say goodbye at least.
We're doing okay. It was like an emotional few days.
Yeah, yesterday was kind of interesting because, I know a lot of people in the metaphysical, esoteric community were sending me their energy and support. I could feel it, especially on Monday or Tuesday. And those were the days that I felt I had kind of turned a corner on some of the grieving. Of course, it only lasted for a couple of days. The grieving kind of kicked in. But yesterday at the funeral, I held up pretty well. It just seemed I was able to give more strength and support to my sister, my brother, my nieces, a nephew or two. And, I certainly felt it too, got back home last night and was overwhelmed with grief again. But, it's like what I told my sister yesterday or last week after my mom passed, was that a lot of my grieving I felt really was specific to the idea that in all of this I feel sorrier for myself. And so when I can remind myself of that, I know it's okay to grieve, but I'm not grieving as much for her as feeling my loss of her. I know she's in a better place. I know, as hard as it is to believe.
Well, as hard as it is to lose her, the quality of life had deteriorated to the point that it was better for her to move on. It's never better for us the living.
For me, maybe?
Oh, look what he dropped. Look what he dropped. It's the Ace of Cups upright. Let's hope that's a sign, Victoria. Ace of Cups. We'll all meet
it's so
again.
True. I found out things about my mom that I never knew in 66 years. So that was very wonderful.
Those are on the bottom, so that will not matter. Let me just... Well, hey, we have a page of coins here.
No, the Prince is the Knight.
Oh, the Knight. That's right, the Knight. Sorry.
So Pentacles.
Yes, of coins. And the Five of Swords here is the arrows. So the Five of Swords is reversed. And the Nine of Cups is reversed. Again. We had it reversed in another reading with a different deck. Rats. So...
Well,
when is catch and keep? It's not happening right now.
But that energy's there. That's the Knight of
There's
Coins,
a potential
Pentacles. So
for movement.
there's an energy of movement. Maybe it's more aligned towards financial goals, but it could also just be aligned towards progressing yourself in a steady manner.
In relationships, that something will move forward. But are you feeling right now with that Five of Arrows reversed that it just seems like it's such a lost cause? You have this fatalistic attitude towards it that,
It's the no-win card sometimes for us. We sort of feel like nobody wins, that the other person, maybe the other side of the situation, is incurring bad things too, but nobody really has a monopoly on winning or the pain.
So the other thing is the Nine of Cups reversed. I feel as though, again, this is about wishes not being fulfilled or that feeling of dissatisfaction. And if I couple it with that Five of Arrows here, it's almost as if you have, maybe you're going into this with a very fatalistic attitude, like it's just never meant to be. And yet there is the potential for growth and movement here. There is a potential for your knight in shining armor, or knightess, knightess. But it's just, it just seems as though there might be an attitude adjustment that's needed here.
It feels that way a little bit. Can you bop on me the question again a little bit?
Okay, it is, she knows the catch and release in
Right,
regards
when
to
is
relationship.
catch and keep?
Catch and keep. So I feel that, I feel like you feel like, there's just no hope of catching or keeping someone that you catch. Maybe that's what it is. But I feel here, that there is, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is somebody who is willing to stay. They're not always, they move slowly. So I also feel that that is another sign that this isn't going to happen right away.
I'm kind of at a lost cause here for some reason. I don't understand the card's relationship necessarily to your question. I do feel that maybe... Okay, I understand you do. I do feel that some of this really is how either side of the situation questions themselves too, that maybe as much as you might question these things yourself, that other side is questioning them too. The idea that they don't feel they're comfortable on some remains, or that they don't feel they're getting what they want, or that maybe they feel they have too many obstacles to mount, or too many challenges to face. Swords, really, this is a sword card, is really about challenges and how we address ourselves to them.
Okay, looking at some of what you're saying there, if you do have a particular person in mind, and by the way, would that person happen to be an earth sign by chance? Just wondering, because of course the pentacle there. But if it is about them, then they do have a very fatalistic attitudes towards love, and they feel very unfulfilled in that part of their lives.
Right, this card could be speaking about them, and it could be saying that too, that maybe...
Oh, he's an Aquarius, okay.
Maybe
Okay.
There's some earth in his chart, not necessarily, but Aquarians are universally known for sometimes being procrastinators. They are.
I'm not arguing that. I was laughing at that.
They have an internal process that's really different from a lot of other people. Even some of the other air signs, we always make fun a little bit of Geminis or Libras about how they deliberate or come to things, but Aquarians kind of hold their own in that department too.
It's really funny. You've got some of the more negative cards here, right? You've got the Five of Arrows, which I will say about the Five of Swords, me and Mr. O always feel that's kind of not a good card either way it turns up.
Yeah,
and then you've got the Nine of Cups, which means wishes are unfulfilled. It doesn't mean they'll never happen, but they're unfulfilled. And, it may mean you have to go back to the drawing board. But what do I get in the Lenormand for you?
Oh, the sun.
Guess who popped up again, Mr. O?
Hubba bubba. Hubba hubba.
It's the man. And so I feel here that there is either...
He's got a point to make. Well, maybe.
Either there's two things going on here. One is that you will catch eventually this slothy person. You will catch them. But, because the sun is all about success and attainment, which is the opposite of that Nine of Cups you have here. Or the other thing is, you may find out something very soon that you need to know about this person.
Deepak, I'm curious about what you mean. You mean like if we just hear somebody's birthday and then we read the cards? Essentially, that's more or less correct. I often ask people their birthday because then I get a sense of who they are astrologically, and I'm not astute enough to be able to infer somebody's sun sign or moon sign or other aspects of their chart. But I think knowing your birthday, knowing where you are astrologically, does kind of give me a little bit of a handle. I think.
Well, and also we
so,
just ask anecdotally in relationship readings in particular, because sometimes that just gives a little bit more info.
You're very welcome, Victoria. It was so nice to see you tonight.
Yeah, so I hope that's interesting. I'll definitely look forward to your DM
I hope that
Absolutely.
gave you some sort of answer. It's a little bit
It was a little while.
vague,
I'm
cloudy.
kind of, I wish I had better news. I just feel like they're very, very slow. And maybe it's because of some issues they've had in their own lives that they're moving that slowly. Or, like I said, maybe it's something on your end too. Maybe the bottom line is that you are going to have to be more forceful and forthcoming with the sloth person in order to get things moving.
So Deepak, I'm not going to brag, but I was kind of exposed to astrology from the time I was around 10, somewhere in the mid-60s, and I kind of devoured it like I devoured everything when I was a kid. And I remember being in the 10th or 11th grade, and I was a shy kid, but somebody pulled me out of myself because they realized that I was really good at guessing people's signs just by looking at them, just kids in class. And I was like right about, 75, 80% of the time I could look at somebody and say, I think you're this sign or that. And it must have been intuitive because I realize now that there are so many things about a person's sign that affects their personality, including maybe the way they may look to a person, that some moon signs or rising signs might affect qualities of our appearance.
We're done. We are done with the readings.
So tell me your birthday sign and I'll tell you a little bit about yourself with or without cards, Deepak.
I don't think your astrology was your super big note, but okay.
What do you know?
I don't, I guess. I've only been with you for how many years?
That is so like a person born on your birthday.
Nice comeback, Mr. O.
Well, you're a March Aries, and of course, this one is a March Aries, and I know some April
Pardon
Aries.
me? Did you just say I was a March Aries?
No, you're an April Aries. I'm sorry. I know your friend. I'm sorry. Oh, so now we know what you think about March Aries, eh? Like
I have nothing.
Those two former best friends of yours in March. Boy, wouldn't they like to know this?
I have nothing
wait,
against March Pisces or March Aries. Some of my favorite people are March Pisces.
There is that, and me too, by the way.
Oh, you're a March Pisces? Oh no, I know what you meant.
January 27th, that's right around my favorite cousin's birthday. She's either the 26th or the 27th. As an Aquarius, sometimes people are a little bit more maybe procrastinative, but I think the Aquarians generally tend to be free thinkers, and they're really mostly, these are general characteristics, they're really about the love of humankind as opposed to necessarily having really strong circles in their life. They might have strong friendships in their lives, but they sort of have this avocation towards, humanity in a way. You're laughing at me? What? You're all laughing at me.
I think they're just, that they're behind a bit from the stream has
So they're
delay.
laughing at me.
They're laughing at something, not necessarily that. Look at him. All right, don't take it personal, Mr. O.
Okay, I guess we've been here too long, haven't we?
We have been here too long. We are now into overtime when we thought we were going to end early today. But we babble.
The hat is off.
So listen, everybody, thanks for joining us today. And we will be back for our happy hour at the usual time, Mr. O.
10 o'clock.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. Come and get a positive message from Spirit. And
what do you mean play arguing? I'm totally serious.
And Sunny wants to say farewell. Farewell to Kara and anybody else who may be here still. See,
Kara.
Sunny's taken off even. He knows the show is over.
He's saying, there's nothing more I can do to
disrupt,
impress Kara or anyone.
Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of the evening.
Oh, that's what it was. Well, I didn't forget her sign. I just forgot what month she was born in. So there.
He just misspoke. It's been a long week for Mr. O.
Leave me alone. No, you. Oh, my God. I'm going to go crazy.
And on that note, we're signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.